So basically, today I'm talking about the wreck of Syria. That's the indentured labor ship that basically sailed in 1884 from Calcutta to to Fiji, the colony of Fiji at that time. And what had happened, it had run into a reef at Nasilai. So without just to give you an overview, so basically Syrian ship was a 1,010-ton ship built in 1868, and it basically transporting indentured laborers from India to British colony, mostly to Trinidad. She was chartered by the Crown agents for colonies to take coolies from, or indentured workers, they call coolies, which is a bit of a derogatory term, from Calcutta to Fiji at the rate of, I think, £11, £11.10 per adult. On the evening of 11 May 1884, the passenger ship Syria ran onto the Nasilai Reef, got wrecked, and gradually broke apart. The ship was carrying a cargo of about 497 Indian indentured workers and their children, and a crew of 43, with some were from a particular caste. A number of those on board, there was two critical aspects of this disaster. One was the technical aspect of the ship, whether it was seaworthy or had it had some sort of problems with its instrumentation. And there was also this, the captain and the crew and how they actually reacted to the tragedy at that point. What is happening, the interesting part of this is when the ship went round, how the native town of Nasilai, which is across the delta to Rewa town, the natives received the Indians as they, they went to go and assist them and help them from, to save them from drowning, risking their lives. And also, the interesting part was that they also brought and buried them to their township, into their own island. So that was a very interesting thing that when, as I said before, when I went to the 100-year celebration, Indenture ended in January of 1917, with the rest of the Indenture contracts finishing up perhaps around 1920. So this was interesting because shipwreck occurred 11th of May, over 50 lives lost, many rescued by the Itoke villagers and buried on Itoke land. So the interesting thing about that, and I'll go to now, the account that was always present was Bridgelal's one, the wreck of Syria. So Bridgelal, late Bridgelal, was a indenture historian, and he frames events as, morality play with heroes and villains, highlights emotional and ethical dimension. Mostly it was Indo-Fijian perspective. No Toke involvement was mentioned in the rescue operations. Now, why it wasn't mentioned, it is because in the colonial secretary, the CSO records, most of efforts are directed at the pastors and on the ship captain and various members of the colonial administration that were on the ship. There's no mention of anything else. So basically, what happened is the Syrian wreck, the official narrative is Captain Belsom blamed for navigational errors. Dr. William McGregor led rescue efforts. Again, no news of no news of any Indigenous participation. McGregor's report into the accident at Syria was published in the Silver Fiji Times of 17 May 1884. It describes the rescue as an epic saga of heroism and tragedy. Again, it was the colonial authorities that were saving these Indians from drowning and not the Indigenous Fijian. So McGregor was portrayed as a central heroic figure alongside English pastors on board, as I mentioned. So what is happening? So what has happened is in 2017, there was a 100 years celebration. And when I sort of went there, I saw there was met chiefs from Rewa. where Nasilai is sort of located. And very interesting that Professor Sudesh Mishra, who basically talked about rememory and brought in the indigenous Fijians into the narrative that did not exist previously. So one of the things was that in 2017, Dr. Ganesh Chand, who organized the 100 Years of Girmit event at the University of Fiji and at the Lautoka Girmit Center, he was the first to provide a tour service for all the delegates that were there to go to Rewa and to actually see the grave sites where the Indian indentured laborers were buried, and also to perform a sort of a service, sort of a Fijian to ceremony of thanks to the indigenous Fijians or the Toki Fijians who helped them survive the. So as you can see here, the contemporary reconciliation, the chiefs and the descendants of the indigenous Fijians uh, went and had multiple different ceremonies. So there was the Vanuatu Nodo in Rewa. A few months previously, they were speaking of a centennial conference on the abolition of Indenture. And what had happened is that there was this great sense of uh, unity in what they had, the chiefs of Rewa said that those people that who had died and their descendants who survived were Luvendra Naratu. So they were the children of the Ratu. So in terms of the children of the chief and other various ceremonies that took place throughout Fiji, one was in Ba, where they say where the chiefs of Ba and the chiefs of Rewa came together, and there was a very interesting ceremony where they said, look, those people that are descendants of Indenture are actually Luvenibanwa, which is the children of the land. So it was a very emotional, great event that we seen. One of the things that is available, and I'll try to wrap it up quickly, is that the Syria site at Nasilai is now being called to declare the Nasilai Reef a National Heritage Site, proposed to pursue UNESCO World Heritage status, and it's to provide sites symbolizes suffering, rescue, and reconciliation between Indo-Fijians and Indigenous Fijians. So, so interesting as to how all these things has actually surfaced, and it has been people have been talking about it, but it was only very localized within the province of within Rewa. There were people talking about the Indo-Fijians who were living with the indigenous Fijians in that community. They were talking about it, but it was only happening at the local level. So it took quite a long time. I mean, 2017 to be lifted up at the national level. So this whole question of memory, identity, and solidarity and intergroup conciliation became a sort of a major theme in this. So basically, in concluding, so the story transcends tragedy to become epic of unity between Indo-Fijian and Indigenous Fijian, blends history, literature, memory with reconciliation and hope, and a model for post-colonial remembrance and solidarity of model of truth and reconciliation, which is going on at the Fiji. Here are just some of the pictures that were published, I think, of the chiefs receiving the gratitude offers from members of the Indo-Fijian community. And here's a few of the other events that has taken place. So actually you can look at it, and that's probably the end of the presentation.
Sanjay, thank you so much. That was wonderful. And you spoke to time, which is fantastic. Thank you so much. Questions, comments. I'm gonna stop the spotlight so I can see everyone on the screen. Everyone can see each other. Any comments or questions that anyone would like to ask or raise based on that presentation? I can start with a reflection, Sanjay, and maybe you can further unpack that idea, as you said in the summary, of history being used as a foundation to create even the notion of social cohesion, because I know that over the many years there has been various racial and ethnic tensions, and a lot of it's been politicized from my understanding. So, how do these particular examples or points of history, and I know you've alluded that throughout your presentation, how does this continue to further promote areas of I want to say multiculturalism, but even that notion of community that we can continue to form across places like Fiji?
Yeah, Georgie, it's a good question. I think the what has happened is that this whole concept of social cohesion has actually come into play, and a lot of since the initial 2017 acknowledgement that happened during the 100 years of end of indenture, there has been consistent follow up every year during indenture celebrations. Um, the chiefs of Rewa and the Indo-Fijian community leaders have actually come together to basically emphasize that event as a event that in 1884 that bonded the two communities together. So that's an interesting theme that constantly being sort of pursued. And in one of the also there was an acknowledgement as to why these things never really surfaced from the local level to the national level is because of all the coups and all these ethnic problems that they've been having. So people were not really comfortable or to come out at the national level and to talk about it. And when they have seen when they have seen that there was so much, when they have actually went to the tour, seen what had the Tokay Fijian villages actually done, that was an eye opener. I mean, it was an eye opener for both the community and also for the younger generation of Tokay Fijians and the Indo Fijians. That, oh, this is something they never heard of. This is something that never was acknowledged, and this was something that was never talked about. But now it is becoming a sort of yearly reinforcement as to how these events that are so so multi-ethnic in sort of in its composition can actually help foster, as you say, social cohesion.
Thanks, Sanjay. Because I agree with you. I've been even in conversations locally where they've talked about the local villagers swimming out to rescue people from the
Yeah.
sinking ship, and what sort of connection that meant for them to feel connected then with the Indo-Fijian community many years later.
Yeah,
Those narratives, because as we know with Indigenous histories, a lot of it's orally shared. So
that's right. Yeah, they were.
I hear those stories as well locally, and it's wonderful to see that presentation further highlight those key histories. Jude Philp in the comments says, "I wanted to say thank you. I had only heard the McGregor side of this. Obviously, there is more, and so grateful to learn from you on this part." Thanks, Jude. Any other questions or comments for Sanjay? Alrighty. Awesome. Well, thank you so much again, Sanjay. Another round of applause. Thank you for your presentation and for your ongoing support and engagement within the University of Sydney Pacific Collective.